Hello everybody, James Proctor here. We're gearing up for the 2024 season. I just wanted to give you a look at the new bag and what's inside, some stuff that has stayed from last year and some new stuff I'm throwing in this year. So let's take a look. We're gonna start with the putting putters, my favorite. We actually switched to golf ball white P-line alpaca. So no more glow this season. I stole these from Eric when I was in Florida at the end of last season. They just felt great. Similar feel, maybe slightly more give. But yeah, I've been breaking them in the off season, kind of getting them to where I like them, and I think they're gonna be ready to go. We got something special coming for you, Eric and I, for the P-line alpacas, so be on the lookout. For throwing putters, right now I have 4. First, Praxis. This was in my bag most of last year. Really straight, hyzer flip, really glidey, almost can be thrown like a mid-range at times, but you know, I love this disc for the woods. I love this disc for just the point and shoot shots. Next we have the Alfa ThEOis. This was Eric's disc last year, and it's surprising. Honestly, we put it in people's hands, we let them throw it, and you wouldn't really know by the feel of it. It feels like a neutral flyer, but the flight has a nice predictable fade that I really enjoy. Yeah, this has been a fun one to throw. We got some projects coming up with Alfa, but for now, the ThEOis definitely in the bag. I'm excited about this disc. This is an old AVR X3. It was in my bag a couple years ago. I actually lost it. I couldn't find it last year. It was in the garage. Found it a few months ago, been tossing it around again. It's seasoned to the point where it's just super workable. Flex shots, it'll hold basically any line I put it on. Backhand, sidearm a little bit too. Similar flight to the ThEOis, but sort of slower in a way and a little more workable, I think. I throw this one for touchier shots. I throw the ThEOis for harder shots, more mid-range type shots. Last but not least is the Zone. This is my workhorse for forehand approaches, backhand hyzers. If it's a little windy and I don't want to throw the X3, I'll bump up to this disc, but this has helped my approach game a lot. Mids are my favorite disc to throw. I just love the flight of mids. And you know, here at Golden Gate Park, this is the perfect place to kind of season them in and figure out which ones are making the bags. We'll start with flippiest. First, I have this 2003 San Francisco Safari Roc. I'm not even sure, you know, if it's 9-time, 8-time, 10-time, 11-time, whatever. But a good oldie, a good hyzer flip, touch, spinny, NorCal styled golf disc. You know, it's fun to kind of bring these gems out, especially playing at Golden Gate Park, and kind of make everyone drool over it. Next we have the Mindbender. And this disc is really unique for me. The way it flies, it's understable, but it pushes straight. And so, you know, I can get it to drift right, I can hyzer flip it, have it go straight. You know, it's a longer flyer. If I want the action of the old Roc, but I need a little more distance, I'll go to this guy. Next we have a 2004 USDGC Roc. This one has been in and out of my bag since I was probably 15. It's seasoned into a good place. It's a really straight flyer, a little bit of fade. Very workable, similar flight to my AVR X3. So if I need a straight shot, I can throw a slight ante, it'll fade, gentle hyzer, kind of all around, just feels money in the hand. And it's fun to bring stuff out that you've had forever. So when this is in my hand, I'm stepping up to a shot, I'm just feeling good. Vibes are high. Next we have the ThEOis Crux. And this is a proto one in the Ethos plastic. We're actually gonna be coming out with some Nebula Aura ones that I'm excited to try. But for now, this disc has been awesome. It's incredibly stiff. It feels really good in the hand. Similar feel to the Roc. I'm excited to try the Nebula Aura, but for now, the Crux, the Ethos Crux, has been really fun. Good overstable, finish hard left, get a good flight out of it first, but really reliable disc. Last, we have the A3. This is a disc I got from Evelina at some point last year. I just like the stamp. And then I was kind of looking for that sidearm, a little bit faster than a zone, super flex, overstable mid-range slot. And I decided to try it and I liked it. So it's been in the bag for a little bit for that, you know, kind of force over, both backhand and forehand slot. This has been a fun one to throw. Moving on to fairway drivers. NorCal golf leads to a lot of fairway slots, so I'm a little fairway heavy, but I kind of like it that way. It's more controllable than a bunch of distance drivers, and really, you know, I think a lot about golf is just placement. And when I'm throwing fairways, usually I can place them where I want to. So we will start with the most flippy being the S-Blend Centurion. So I'm actually moving away from the Halo Centurion this year. We have some swirly S-Blends coming out. But this one is a little bit flippier than the Halo, and I found it to be a little more workable for those hyzer flips. Spin it flat, trust it to go right. It doesn't really roll over. This has been a lot of fun to learn. I'm kind of throwing it just like a mid-range, but just a little bit quicker and getting kind of those flip-up flights out of it, a little fade back even sometimes. So S-Blend Centurion. Next, we have two Votums. This one being, I believe, a first run. It was in Eric's bag pretty much all of last year. He broke it in perfectly for me. And now it's kind of my hyzer flip drifter, really straight. If I have like, you know, hole, what is it, 4 at BRP, the iconic dead straight, throw it down a hallway, it's gonna be this disc. Slight hyzer release, flip up flat, and just go flat forever. It doesn't really fade a whole lot. Workable if I need to throw it on anhyzer, but definitely a really fun disc to throw. And then the big brother being this new Ethos Votum. This was in my bag pretty sure all of last year, and I really, really love this disc. It's probably the most stable Votum I've thrown, so I can hammer on it and it'll go flat, little fade. If it's a little too windy, I don't want to throw this, I'll pull out this guy, but these two together cover basically any fairway slot that I need. Next, we have a new disc to the bag. This is a Glow Eagle from 2016. One of those I probably played the event, and it's been sitting in a box for however many years. Feels good in the hand, it's stiff, it's flat. You know, you watch Calvin throw them all over the course and you're like, hey, I want to do that too. So I didn't have any of his run, but I did have this Glow one. Next, we have our overstable sidearm spike hyzer slots. First one being the S-Blend Scepter. And this is honestly becoming one of my favorite fairways. It's a little bit straighter on the forehand, very workable. I don't have to try super hard to throw it far. I get easy distance with the glide. Similar to the Eagle Flight on the backhand, just a little more bite, but I like it. It's sort of that Sexton straight Firebird slot, and it's been working wonders for me. And last, we have the big brother to that, which is the ThEOis Omen. And this is my beefcake, my throw a huge flex, skip way left, sidearm, spike hyzer, wind doesn't affect it. Not necessarily a ton of distance, but I know where it's gonna go every time. Really good disc, plus it just looks sweet. I stole it out of Aaron's stash, so thank you, Aaron. Now we have two sort of hybrid 9-10 speed discs. First one being the Roman from Infinite. This disc was in my bag all of last year, so it's seasoned in beautifully. Really straight, little bit of fade, soft pushing hyzers. You know, when I can't reach it with a Votum or an Eagle, I'll bring out this disc. One of my favorite discs to throw, honestly. It's just easy, fairway, controllable distance. And next being the Halo Dynasty. This is the second run of them that we released later last year, so these are a little bit straighter than those first ones. Kind of a step down from the Roman. I can get it to drift a little right, not quite as much fade. Again, just super versatile disc, easy glide. Currently have 4 distance drivers in the bag. Probably will have some more come the big bomber golf courses, but for now, these have been sufficient. So least stable will be this old SDS from the Stafford Lake Open 2009. Shout out UFOs. Obviously, as you can tell, stamp is worn off, disc is seasoned to perfection. This is my hyzer flip drifter, sidearm, flip up, easy distance. Similar flight to like a Wraith, just because it's so beat in, but really fun disc. Another one of those that's been in the box for a while that I, was just looking through the disc and thought, hey, let's see how this flies. And it flies like a dream. Next we have another swirly SDS guy. The destroyers I have, you know, they're fun to throw, they're seasoned in, so it's kind of fun to dig through the boxes, see which ones haven't been thrown for a while, and then, you know, kind of surprise yourself. So this is my straight, flip up, get a little fade, really neutral, pure distance, but still somehow controllable. Next we have another destroyer. Honestly, I like the brewery, Old Kaz, Roanoke Park, shout out to them. A friend gave this to me probably 3 or 4 years ago, and it's one that you just hold it in your hand. You don't even, it doesn't matter when it was made, what year, SDS or not, it just feels good. And yeah, I'll probably be keeping this one in the bag. Last we have a Halo Emperor, and this guy, I tried to throw last year, it was a little bit too overstable. Brought it out again in the off season, and I don't know if I'm throwing a little bit harder now, but now, you know, it's perfect. This is like my stable disc. I don't really need anything more overstable. I have the Conqueror, you know, maybe when we go to Kansas or wherever it's windy and I need that super meat hook, but for now, forehand, backhand, this has plenty of beef on it. I could still get some distance out of it. It's still workable, but I know it's gonna finish left. So, Halo Emperor. As you can see, repping a new bag this year, signed with Squatch, and I'm fired up about it. This bag, it looks sleek, super durable, rain flies genius, plenty of room. I have an extra pocket here. It's just my towel pocket now, but when I need to put in backups, more discs, you know, a jacket, whatever. 2 big side pockets, water bottle pocket. Got my little mini pocket from first tournament I ever played, 2008. Indian summer, not 2018. I've been playing a lot longer than that. And that is all that is in the bag. Shout out Squatch, matching disc bag, next level. Yeah, see you guys in Florida. 2024 is coming soon. I can't wait. I'm so excited, and I hope you are too.